which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call vote. Alderman here. Alderman here. Alderman Gloria Bader. Alderman Paul Franklin here.
Okay, I need a motion for approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I need a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, public forum. Mr. Alder, could you please stand up and state your name and your address and...
Oh, we can be out of town.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You don't need me to stand up.
Well, you can stand up, yeah.
My name is Greg Elder. My father lives here in town. We grew up here.
Mhm.
He lives at 7667th Street. There was a dog attack a few weeks ago, September 15th. You all are aware of the attack.
Yes.
So I guess I'm here to talk to the aldermen about considering a pit bull ordinance. I think every 1 in 14 days there's a dog attack in the United States. And of those dog attacks, 64% are pit bulls. I know there's plenty of nice pit bulls out there, but according to the woman who owned the pit bull, her son trained it to be bad, so I think it's easy to teach a dog to be bad. He ran from their yard into my yard, my father's yard, as my dog was trying to get back in the house after peeing, and he snatched him up, and she had to come and pry the dog from his teeth. So I wouldn't necessarily want to have anybody that has a pit bull here to take it away from them, but I just don't see the sense of allowing pit bulls in the city when they have proven to be so dangerous.
Okay. We will discuss it. We've got we've got the ordinance down here. We are going to discuss it tonight.
Okay.
Probably nothing will be done tonight, but we will discuss it and see where we want to go with it.
Okay. I provided a lot of information. I found a really good website, dogbite.org. I don't know if he was able to share, but I think there must be about 100 ordinances within the state of Missouri that outlaw pit bulls. Even in Fredericktown, which did have a pit bull ordinance, people there owned a pit bull and it turned on their granddaughter. And they were surprised to even know that there was a pit bull ordinance. So I'm not sure if it's the complete answer, but it's a start. Homeowners that have pit bulls pay a large sum of money to insure their homes. So I'm just not sure it's a good animal to have. I'm curious what the aldermen think.
Well, Mr. Elder, I'm in charge of animal control, and I've been thinking about this a lot. I was here at court, and I think you, Mr. Woods, Mr. Beckett, I think everybody, nobody had a dry eye in the place. I mean, it was heart-wrenching, it really was. But I haven't contacted, I talked to Alderman Costu. I haven't talked to Dennis yet, or Gloria Jean. But what I want to do, I've read the ordinance we have here now, and that has to be amended. I mean, this isn't good. And hopefully we can come up with something where this tragedy won't happen again. Can I guarantee it? No.
Sure.
But hopefully we could put so much pressure that people's going to think. Everybody, adults are responsible for their children. Their pets are their children. They're responsible for them too. And we're going to try to see to it that this doesn't happen again.
Right.
So.
There was an incident recently in New York where a man owned a pit bull, and he was suffering a heart attack, and his friend showed up to assist him and was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. and the pit bull attacked the man and killed him. So,
Greg, I'm in agreement, Mayor, can I speak?
Yeah,
I don't want
that's fine.
I'm in agreement with Mr. Franklin as far as, that we need to amend the ordinance. However, I think we need to cover all vicious dogs, not just pit bulls.
sure.
And so, therefore, we will be looking at that very seriously when we review the ordinance that we have. Put some teeth into it so that it'll make the owners think twice before they do something.
Sure, there's plenty of other nice breeds out there at home, so.
True. But it doesn't matter what breed they are, whether they're pit bulls or shepherds or whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is a vicious dog is a vicious dog.
Right.
And that's what we're gonna get after. We're gonna go after vicious dog owners, okay? Not just pit bulls, okay? I want you to understand that,
Gotcha.
okay? That's it, that's all I gotta say.
Clyde, do you have anything to say?
Not at this time, but when we do get, I think we need to sit down together and work session.
And work on
And work
this.
on this, and get it figured out.
And I think,
Right now, excuse me, right now, I don't know a whole lot about it. Haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but I will have an hour. And we're gonna find a way to do it.
sorry.
So we're gonna more advice.
Well, I'm thinking, this is October, so maybe next month we can have a work session and discuss
Well,
this and,
What I like to do is talk to these folks, you know, talk to Clyde, Dennis, Lori, Jean, and sit down and just throw some stuff out, look at the ordinance we got, look at different ordinances that other cities have, and come up with a game plan where, you know, it'll benefit everybody.
And,
It was a damn tragedy, a shame, it really was. That little girl, these guys, Mr. Elders and his dad, said right there and said that they didn't wish to see that pit bull destroyed. Now, I don't know if I could do that,
I couldn't.
right.
but it shows, you know, the type of
They got
people these,
compassion,
yeah,
yes,
you know.
yes.
But even so, and it's not the dog's fault, I mean, you know, he was born a pit bull, okay? It's just, the boy messed with it, the dog shot out the door, and this is what happens. And boy, we gotta stop this, you know.
Well, I think, November, that'll give you a month.
Oh, yeah, well,
So we'll
sure.
have a work session in November and we'll get started on this and,
the website I talked about has links to every community in Missouri and their ordinances on the books.
okay, David's got that wrote down, so we will be checking on that and get the information off of there. And then we'll share it with the aldermen and I want you to know that we're gonna work on this and we're gonna get it changed.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you could just, if I don't know if you could let me know when you do something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg, for coming.
Okay, does anybody else have anything to say concerning this issue? Okay. I guess Margaret Brown isn't here, so I guess we're down to old business. Funding request for assistance to fire grant. We talked about this last month. I don't know if your feelings have changed. I don't know what you guys want to do. I have talked to Curtis about it a couple times, and he has told me that they're not even going to find out about this until next year, correct?
Yes. We won't know anything about whether we actually get it or not until next year. We're actually having a professional grant writer come down and actually write up the grant for the county. And he's going to visit with each individual department and more or less kind of get a feel of how, you know, your need, and go through and kind of help us to try to get everything worked out so we can get on board with this and be able to get this grant, so to speak.
This is when, June?
About this time, the grant writer will actually be here this,
No.
or what,
The date that this grant is supposed to be awarded, whatever.
this,
June?
around this time of the year. About this time
November?
next year.
October.
Or October, I mean?
September, October, somewhere around in that area.
Oh, okay.
That,
Go ahead.
Well, we talked about this last meeting.
Yes.
I know you're not gonna like this, but you don't have enough money in your account to do it, to keep operating. We
But-
don't have the money to put out.
but that is not for this year though, Clyde. That is
You're gonna have
not,
the money next year?
Well, the thing of it is, they have a year. So I don't know how much more money, I know they'll have fire tags and stuff put into that account, but I don't know how much higher the amount will be. So I don't know if maybe next year at this time, they're gonna have this plus in their account.
I understand that.
So I don't know, I mean,
We can't, it's hard to make a decision
until we know.
until we know
Correct.
what we're doing with money.
I know there's a lot of them, there's a lot of departments that have looked at that and they feel the same pressure, but they know the inevitability of it, that we need this. It's not so, you know, I'm not trying to be
Whoa,
I'm not trying to be,
we have not denied that, we know
no,
that.
I know.
We would let it walk.
And I'll tell you what really has bothered me, just this past week, there was a firefighter who actually spent a week in a ventilator because his pack failed. And his pack was 12 years old. And there was several components had failed and caused him to end up stuck in there without air. And his buddy had went to go check on a hose that was caught, come back, he's laying on the floor, and they had to rescue him, take him out. He had severe internal respiratory burns and spent over a week in a ventilator.
Well, my thing about this is, and I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, since this is not gonna take place until next year, I think we need to put this on the back burner and see how much money you're gonna have when we get closer to that date. Because I don't really
That is
don't wanna.
fine, but they need to know whether we are actually going forth with this or not, because the guy's going to be here this month, on the 28th of this month, he will be here to visit with each individual department.
Well, see, that's gonna put us into,
I'm sorry, if this is if he's saying this is mandatory and he has to know by a certain date, then what he needs to do is get his little happy butt down here at a meeting and explain this. He's not going to dictate policy to the city of St. Mary's. Now, we are more than happy to help, we know you guys need this. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not jumping the gun on this, Curtis. We're not going to do it.
I understand.
And we're talking the almighty buck here. I mean,
I know.
that's,
What really bothers me was the fact of this guy having these packs fail, and they had 44 packs. They had to replace all 44 packs at $7,500 a pack. They were looking at, they were gonna have to replace 44 packs. That's a lot of money.
Anybody be a bigger city than we are.
Yes, that is true, Clyde, but I'm sure they probably don't have the funds near any more than we do.
In other words, they should have bought the fire truck if we went to that.
I'm not saying that.
See what I'm saying?
We're caught in a catch-22 no matter how
I
we
know
look at it,
that.
Clyde.
Christmas came around once this year. Right now, Santa Claus.
I know, but I'm saying this is next year. I'm not
That's why we.
asking.
okay. Frankie put in for that railroad grant, but we haven't heard anything. That could possibly cover this.
That would be good.
So they are going to contact them tomorrow and see where we're at with that. So my suggestion is we'll just table this until we see
Yeah.
what's going on.
That's what we need to do.
So I need to somebody needs to make a
Make
motion
a
to
motion to
table.
table this till next week.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I got a question. Our new fire truck, is it in service yet?
No, sir.
Why?
We have a problem with the relief valve on the pump.
Well, we need to get that fixed because
That is
that truck
correct.
needs to be in service as soon
I
as
agree.
possible.
I agree.
So,
When we pumped with it, this last training we had, they had used it, and all of a sudden, it started leaking. Somebody said, that thing's got a leak underneath it. I said, yeah. I said, where the hell is that coming from? We got to looking around, and there's a relief valve that has either got something hung in it, or actually the seals are bad inside of it. So we're gonna have to disassemble the valve, or try to find out a way we can actually flush that valve without
We're gonna
tearing
get
it
it
apart.
going. When are we working on it? When we gonna get it going?
Working on it this week. We've been working on it ever since it's been here. Clyde.
We
I mean,
need, we need it service.
I spent the other night down there till 12 o'clock, and I went to work at 3:30 a.m.
well, we need to get it in service as soon as possible.
Yes.
I understand that. I understand that totally. I want it in service as soon as possible, but it can't be in service until it is functional, correct?
Correct, so we need to get it fixed and get it going. Okay,
One question, Curtis, before we go on. Have you sent the information to ISO yet on this new truck?
No, I have not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It's not in service yet, so I will, as soon as we've got everything put on it, that, I will let him know. I'll contact him.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, fire hydrant on, let me see, on Second and Locust Street, you got a couple bids in here?
Third Street, Third and Locust, yes.
Oh,
You
this
got
is
two bids
Second.
from, one from LJ Supply and one from HD Supply.
So I don't know if you guys wanna go ahead and,
We got enough fire.
yeah,
Yes.
one of them is for 36, 56, 30, and the other one's 39, 48, and a penny.
Right.
And both of these cover everything, or,
It covers all the materials, okay? All the materials necessary to make it happen, okay? The
I'd
only
like to
thing
make-
it don't cover is, either renting the excavator or hiring a contractor to dig it for us. And, little incidentals like, we'll have to use, we'll have to put in, what they call, keep the pressure from moving the pipe, you know, it's, come on, God, help me out. It's used like at the end of the line and stuff to keep the hammer from blowing
Get a water
apart.
hammer and blow one.
Yeah, it's, I know the terminology, it just didn't hit my brain right now.
Madam Mayor,
so we don't,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Madam
I'm trying
Mayor?
to explain it to you, but it's,
so we don't have what it's actually gonna cost. These are just for the,
this is just for the materials to put it together, okay? It's not for like, hiring a contractor and, like I said, a couple of minor things that we'll have to do, like redo the road after we cut it and all that good stuff.
now, I don't know, but I think before we, jump into this, we need the price for the whole job and not just,
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, but I didn't know which way you wanted to go.
We don't know.
I didn't know if you want to hire a contractor or if you want to rent an excavator at $2.45 an hour plus get fuel.
well, I'm thinking we need to get prices for both so that they can see which way they want to go. I don't know, I mean, I think that's what you need to do.
I have a price for renting an excavator and the fuel, but I haven't talked to any contractors yet because I didn't know which way y'all wanted to go.
Well-
We don't know either, that's why we want to try to
Right.
get over the contractor, see what they'll try to do.
Madam Mayor, could I ask a clarifying question? Which location is it? Is it 2nd or 3rd Street in Locust?
Third, it's on the
Third and
paperwork
Locust.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it says second. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we need to table this until Dennis gets us more information.
I'll have it to you in the next week or so. I'll have it available to you. But
And then that way they can make it.
Next meeting before we make a decision. Okay?
Yeah.
But I will have you the information.
Okay, so I need a motion to table this until the next meeting.
I'll make a motion to table until the next meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, county property and city limits. David, you are on this, so you can tell them about.
Well, I reported on this at the last meeting, and the county's position is they don't own it per se, they are just a custodian of taxes. It is in their name, or Dave Weber, or their trustee, one or the other. So they're not gonna take responsibility, for it, they're not gonna mow it, they're washing their hands of it basically, because they're saying that they're not the owners in the regular sense of the word. Their name's on it, but it is not theirs. It's basically abandoned property that just reverts back because it went 3 times on the courthouse steps, nobody bought it, so it's in the county's name only, but they're not the owner. And then, since that report, Dennis went to a commissioner's meeting and talked in person, so he may have one to report on.
Yes, I went and talked to commissioners about it because I was concerned about the, what you had said, the owners coming back and being able to claim the property. And the way it was explained to me is that they can no longer come back and claim that property, okay? They are deeded that property for the lien, okay? The county owns the property, period, for the lien on the back taxes and all that, okay? It's been more than 3 years, so therefore they paid to have it deeded to this Weber, Dave Weber. And what it would take is for them to deed it over to us and pay Dave Weber for the deed to have it switched over to the city, okay? However, the tax lien, even though the county forgives the tax lien, okay, say that the city doesn't have to pay them the taxes, okay, that lien stays with the property forever, okay?
So if somebody was to buy it, then they would be responsible
Exactly.
for whatever's owed.
Exactly. But since the county is forgiving the taxes, so to speak, if they bought it, they wouldn't be responsible because the county's already forgiven that tax. But the lien has to stay with the property on it. It'll be on the deed forever. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know what it's saying, but that don't make sense.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
They're giving
But-
clemency for the taxes.
Right.
It's
But if
still-
it stays with it, I don't understand how they're forgiving it then. You understand?
Yeah, but they're never gonna require, they'll transfer deeds and everything else without, requiring, payment. You understand what I'm saying? So if we were to give it to somebody else, say we would sell it for $1 to somebody, okay?
Correct.
And they bought it, then that property could still be deeded because the county's not gonna collect on the back taxes. You understand what I'm saying? On a normal lien, if somebody buys the property before it's transferred over to the county, and then they would have to pay all the back taxes on that property,
Right.
plus whatever they're paying for the property, okay? But in this case, the county is forgiving the taxes, okay? They're forgetting it, okay? I don't know how they're gonna do it. That's their between their treasurer and all that good stuff. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they just said that they will forgive those taxes and give that property to the city, okay?
I
And
don't
the city
know.
can dispose of it any way they want to.
I still think it's a sticky situation.
Well, let me ask you something. Let's say, okay, I own a piece of property and there's a little sliver of property next year, or here, next to me. That the city says, hey, Paul, you want this? Free? Okay, cool. Now, this little sliver's got a lien on it, correct? Okay. Now, I've got this property, I've also got this property. They're combined, correct? So I'll be paying taxes not only on my property, but the little sliver that I also, okay.
Right,
Now, does this lien go on my property too?
No, just on that little sliver of land. You'll have to make up all the back, you'll have to take care of the lien in order to clear it off the deed. Otherwise, it stays with the deed.
In other words, if you want a clear title, you have to pay that past lien to get the clear title.
Right, to get it cleared off the deed. But just because it has a lien on the deed, the only time that's gonna affect the person that we give it to is if they wanna sell it to somebody else.
Well, that's right. And that might screw up the person trying to sell his property.
Very sticky situation.
Not if the county's forgiving the taxes, then they ain't gonna collect on it. They're never gonna collect on it.
From all the, okay, they're not gonna mow
They're not gonna owe it. Whoever buys that property or whoever we give it
it.
to.
Hold on, I'm talking.
Oh, okay, well, I'll shut up and you go.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
No matter how you look at it, we don't need this property. It's gonna cost, okay, they're not gonna mow it, so it sits there and grows up, I guess. But I don't wanna obligate us to have to take care of this.
Correct.
I mean, I think that's wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, if the county per se owns it, let them take care of it.
But they're not going to. They
Well-
made that very clear that they're not going to. And there's not gonna be anything we can do about it because legally, it's not their property.
Let's see here, here you go to the legalities. It's not their property, but it is their property.
Yeah, see, where,
I feel like we're gonna catch 22 here.
yes, I do too.
We're gonna get slapped hard, I mean, where do we go?
Yeah. So I don't know what you guys wanna do. I mean, I think it's a pretty sticky situation. Either way we go, I don't know. I mean, somebody that, like Paul, has this little sliver over here, if they wanted it, it might be worth it, but then again, it might not be. See, I don't know what the solution is, I don't know what you guys, I don't know.
I don't know,
Well,
it's a mess.
I don't know, I mean, I don't think the solution is letting it grow up and be,
We'll buy it.
let it go. I mean,
Okay, Dennis, let's say, do we agree, sure, we'll take this property, okay? And we can't give it away, so we're gonna be cutting grass anyway.
right.
I mean, I'm very, very leery of this, very leery.
I don't know.
I don't know
I know
what
what
it
Paul's
is.
saying, I'm going on with Paul. Okay, but more, probably some of them are mowing anyway. But I don't want them to say, well, it's yours, I don't want to do that. I don't. They can do what they want, I mean, I'll go along with it if they want to. I say no. If we have to mow it, we mow it. Would you like to do it now? They're not mowing it, and who's taking care of it?
Well, some of it, I don't think anybody's taking care of it, correct?
No,
So,
it's growing up.
it's your guys' call, so, I mean, if you wanna just forget about it, then I need somebody to make a motion that we just forget about it and be done with it. If you guys wanna just, I don't know,
But is it fair to all the other homeowners that we make them maintain theirs? I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're enforcing, giving them tickets for their grass being so high and all this other
So I
stuff.
guess we're gonna take the county then,
I don't know what the answer is. I don't know the answer.
but
I'm just saying, saying it's not fair to the other residents to let them get by with letting that grass be up this high or brush start growing in there and everything else. I just don't think that's
Not only that, but
right.
it helps appreciate the value of their
But the
property.
thing of it is, if we send them a ticket for not taking care of, they're not gonna pay it because they're gonna say,
I would just using that.
right, they're gonna say it's not their property.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys wanna just,
I don't know.
If they could figure out a way to knock the liens off, I wouldn't have a problem with it. And I just say, hey, Joe, you want that piece of land? Sure. Free and clear, ain't gonna cost you a dime. But with that lien, I'm scared to death of it.
Yep.
I don't wanna touch it. And as far as, and Dennis got a good point. I mean, you got a sliver of ground here, grass is knee-high to a 10-foot Indian, and you're cutting your grass, making it look nice, what makes your property look crappy? The only thing I say is, hey buddy, call St. Jim, complain, see
So
what
I don't-
happens. I don't know.
I don't know if maybe we could investigate this a little bit more and get a hold of the county and see what kind of, something, if we could work something out with them.
Yeah. I'm still, as long as there's a lien on it, I'm leery of it, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's as easy as that.
I agree.
Okay, so do you want to table it, or do you just want to forget about it, or do you want to,
Well, let's just go ahead and table it and see what the county comes up with.
okay,
I mean, the door's not shut, but it is closing, and I mean, as long as that lien's there, I don't
well,
know.
I'm thinking maybe we need to figure out do you know where all these properties are located? Or most of them?
All but one.
So maybe we could get a hold of the people that live beside it or whatever and see if they're interested.
I'd wait, because I wouldn't, well, yeah, I guess you could do that, but boy, you better be sure that land you're getting's got a lien on it. I think I just wait and see, kick her back and just wait and see what happens.
Okay, so I need to make a motion to table county property and city limits.
I'll make a motion to table it. Yeah.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. New business, bill number 919, ordinance establishing a handicap parking space at City Hall and setting a time limit. David has, I don't know if you guys have read over this, I don't know if you want to go ahead and pass it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
Yes, you can.
Didn't we have a handicap spot out there, right?
Correct,
But we don't have an ordinance for it.
correct.
Okay. I didn't know.
So we decided that, and David and Dennis investigated this, they got a hold of the attorney, and this is all legal. So, we do have issues with people parking there, and so this is the whole point. So if you guys wanna go ahead and do a reading,
We'll go ahead and do a meeting.
I make a motion for first reading of bill number 919.
second,
Second it.
I need a
Roll call vote. Alderman Clyde Costu,
Aye.
Alderman Dennis Bovee,
Aye.
Alderman Paul Franklin.
Aye.
First reading of bill number 919, an ordinance establishing a handicap parking space at City Hall and setting a time limit.
Okay. And we need a motion for a second reading.
Make a motion for second reading of bill 919.
Second it.
Roll call vote, Alderman Clyde Costu,
Aye.
Alderman Dennis Bovee,
Aye.
Alderman Paul Franklin.
Aye.
Second reading of bill number 919, an ordinance establishing a handicap parking space at City Hall and setting a time limit.
Okay, so we need a,
I make a motion to adopt bill 919.
second it.
Roll call vote, Alderman Clyde Costu,
Aye.
Alderman Dennis Bovee,
Aye.
Alderman Paul Franklin. Motion carried, bill passed.
Okay, now we have review of ordinance 613, licensing and control of animals. This is the ordinance that we need to work on. And I'm thinking seriously, everybody can, look at this, but I think we need to table this till the next meeting so that we can get a chance, Paul can get a chance to talk to everybody and see what you guys want to do.
I'm making sure that we, table this, because I need to see what's in here, you know.
Yeah, we, like I said, need to read the ordinance. Talk to all the other aldermen, and I know there's different towns that's got these different ordinances. Gonna get copies of them, and we're gonna, the ordinance we have here, it's woefully outdated, I guess you could say, I don't know, but it needs to be amended big time. So.
And David's got that website that Mr.
Yeah.
Elder was talking about, so you can get information off of that. Okay, so,
I'll make a motion to table this.
Yeah.
Until the next meeting.
okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Attorney General Sunshine Law complaint response. In your packet, you're gonna find a letter. I'm not gonna get into it in detail, the Attorney General was contacted about some stuff, and this is the response. So, I just wanted everybody to know what was going on, that way you guys are informed. And,
Well, glad you did, because I didn't know about this.
oh, so now you know.
Now I know.
Okay. Does anybody have anything to say about that before we move on? Okay. Departmental reports, emergency management.
Yeah, I just completed the mass care and emergency assistance class in Cape Girardeau, 2-day class. Excellent class. The curriculum we covered was sheltering, feeding, distribution of goods, and reunification, taught by Catholic Charities, but American Red Cross was there. People came from all over the state to take this training. Really excellent. Learned a lot of stuff that you don't think about when you're running a shelter. A lot of safety rules and liability issues, and there was a lot to it. So before we try to get one set up here, I want to make some networks, some memorandums of agreements, and have a lot of things in place. But I do want to work towards that goal, because in the event the roads and bridges are out, we're on our own, and we need to have a place to shelter people if their homes are unsafe. So that's a goal of mine, to work on that in our emergency operations plan. There's hazmat awareness on October 31st. I think a lot of the firefighters that don't have that, it's a 1-day class. It's the first class in the hazmat series. So it'll be a good class for them. I don't know if you want me to work towards hazmat or not. This happens before the next meeting. It's a 1-day thing. If you want to leave it just to the firefighters, cool. If you want me to do hazmat as well, I can. It's up to you guys. I don't have a preference one way or the other.
Well, my point is you are the emergency coordinator. If you don't know about hazmat, then we'll be in trouble, because just a fireman, and you're trying to coordinate all these services at once. And I just think it would be wise if you were trained in hazmat also.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Let me get a make it official.
You need to make a motion
I'll make a
to
motion.
send David to hazmat class.
I'll make a motion to then have that class.
I
Second,
second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And if they want to carpool with me, we can save money and gas and stuff.
Where is the class?
Cape Girardeau Fire Station #3.
And it's just a 1-day,
This is the first class, so it's a 1-day class. Yeah.
so you can put the word out,
Okay.
see if anybody's interested, because I think it's a good idea. Okay, anything else, David?
No, that's it for this month.
Well, I got one thing to is they had the flu shot today up at the church and also here at City Hall. And not a whole great amount of turnout, but it was still a pretty good deal. And appreciate the health department coming down and giving out flu shots, so.
Yeah, I wanted to come, but I'm asleep. Okay, water and sewer report.
Okay, of course, our Baptiste was mine and everything, and we had a problem with Marion Cliff's grinder, and we're still working with that. We got some parts on order for it, but Frankie got it working pretty good, so for now, but it's only a temporary thing.
And you got parts ordered, you said?
Yes, we have parts ordered to fix
Okay.
it. He also, and I'm very proud of him, he's installed a light for inside the building. He done it all himself, run it all and hooked it up to the original light. And when that light goes off, it enunciates inside the building so they know that it's going off, so we get informed quicker to go up there and pump it down and take care of the problem.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
So Frankie did that all himself, and very proud of him for doing that, okay? Mike is halfway through class. He's got one more set of classes that, next week, and then he's got a day and a half of review the following week, and then he'll take the exam on the 22nd.
Of October,
Yes.
okay?
And if you guys see him again, I want to tell you, wish him well, okay? You see him, because it is a pretty tough thing to do, and I'm hoping he passes. That's about it I got for the water and sewer report.
Okay. And I also want to say, if anybody sees Mike, you know, keep encouraging him, because I know he's worried,
Yeah.
and I think all the encouragement he can get will maybe help him.
I keep trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Park and cemetery.
They're okay, look good.
Okay, is that all you got to say?
That's it.
Street department?
Only got one thing, I talked to David tonight to get hold of, Bowman, to see when I get on this ditch, so we gotta get this done for weather changes.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Okay, Gloria's not here. Fire department, Frankie? Curtis?
Yeah, we got 6 call-outs this month, 1 investigation, 1 to the 7 landing zone, 1 medical, and 3 mutual aids. We gained 2 new firefighters.
Awesome.
Anyways, well, we got one, we gained her, she's an EMT. So anyways, she's actually new. The other one, he came back, he was off the department for a while. He decided he wanted to return back on the department, so anyway, we let him come back. And he's a dang good firefighter, so I mean, I'm glad he came back. Anyways, we did good on the barbecue. Anyways, the other thing is one of the Jim Stanley, one of the guys at Marion Cliff, he won the 50-50. So anyways, I mean, everybody appreciated it, showed up, but he's a character whenever he shows up. So anyways, we put excavation tools on 41 that Ozor donated to us. We put them on our truck, or 41, which I know we got a set on the new truck too, but I figured it'd be good to have 2 sets in case we get a big accident or something. We can, have tools working on both sides or whatever.
Good job.
Not only that, also that set actually has a set of rams. Our set that we have on our new truck does not have a set of rams. And that gives you a little more capability in an accident, taking care of extrication wise, dash roll, things like that.
And then the other thing is tomorrow is, this week's fire prevention week, October. So tomorrow we're headed out to Head Start up in St. John for fire prevention week for them, to let them, enjoy us, to check out fire gear and SCBAs and the trucks, so. That's basically all I have.
Curtis, do you have anything?
Not really anything.
Okay, and I'm gonna emphasize this again.
Yes,
We
sir.
need to get
I
that truck in
understand that. I
service,
understand
and I
that.
want you to keep communicating with me and let me know what's
Okay.
going on,
Okay.
because I'm gonna keep pushing for this, because
I
I've had
understand.
several people wanna know why we spent all this money on this fire truck and we can't even use it yet. So it's a big deal, not only to us,
I understand
but
that.
to the
I understand
citizens,
that
so
totally.
I'm gonna tell you once again, let's get it fixed and get it in service as soon as possible.
I'll tell you another thing I was upset about the fire department. They couldn't bring that truck up there during the homecoming for the school district. Everybody else was there. Zell was there, Ozora was there, St. Genevieve was there, what's that other one, Kurt Kinsey, all the other fire departments was there except us. And I found that kind of disappointing. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but that's the way I feel about it. I thought it was pretty disappointing. Everybody was there but us.
Okay.
I didn't know about it.
That's okay. I mean,
I didn't know about it.
I understand. I just wanted to make that known that I was disappointed. That doesn't mean a dang thing.
Okay. Police department,
No report, Mayor.
okay. Animal control,
I think we went over that.
Yeah.
Mark, there wasn't anything else, was there?
No.
Okay.
I'm in agreement with you.
okay, citizens participation. Nothing? Okay, I need a motion.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.